Hello, marvelous 7th graders, and this is Zoo by Edward D. Hotch. The children were always good during the month of August, especially when it began to get near the 23rd. It was on this day that the great silver spaceship carrying Professor Hugo's interplanetary zoo settled down for its annual 6-hour visit to the Chicago area. Before daybreak, the crowds would form long lines of children and adults both, each one clutching his or her dollar, and waiting with wonderment to see what race of strange creatures the professor had brought this year. In the past, they had sometimes been treated to 3-legged creatures from Venus, or tall, thin men from Mars, or even snake-like horrors from somewhere more distant. This year, as the great round ship settled slowly to Earth in the huge Tri-City parking area just outside of Chicago, they watched with awe as the sides slowly slid up to reveal the familiar barred cages. In them were some wild breed of nightmare, small, horse-like animals that moved with quick, jerking motions and constantly chattered in a high-pitched tongue. The citizens of Earth clustered around as Professor Hugo's crew quickly collected the waiting dollars, and soon the good professor himself made an appearance, wearing his many-colored rainbow cape and top hat. "Peoples of Earth," he called into his microphone. The crowd's noise died down, and he continued, "Peoples of Earth, this year you see a real treat for your single dollar, the little-known horse spider people of Khan, brought to you across 1,000,000 miles of space at great expense. Gather round, see them, study them, listen to them, tell your friends about them, but hurry, my ship can remain here only 6 hours." And the crowd slowly filed at once, horrified and fascinated by these strange creatures that looked like horses but ran up the sides of their cages like spiders. "This is certainly worth $1, one man remarked, hurrying away. "I'm going home to get the wife." All day long it went like that, until 10,000 people had filed by the barred cages set into the side of the spaceship. Then, as the 6-hour limit ran out, Professor Hugo once more took the microphone in hand. "We must go now, but we will return next year on this date. And, if you enjoyed our zoo this year, phone your friends in other cities about it. We will land in New York tomorrow, and next week on to London, Paris, Rome, Hong Kong, and Tokyo. Then on to other worlds." He waved farewell to them, and as the ship rose from the ground, the Earth's people agreed that this year had been the very best zoo yet. Some 2 months and 3 planets later, the silver ship of Professor Hugo settled at last onto the familiar jagged rocks of Khan, and the queer horse spider creatures filed quickly out of their cages. Professor Hugo was there to say a few parting words, and then they scurried away in 100 different directions, seeking their homes among the rocks. In one, the she-creature was happy to see the return of her mate and offspring. She babbled a greeting in the strange tongue and hurried to embrace them. "It was a long time you were gone. Was it good?" And the he-creature nodded. "The little one enjoyed it especially. We visited 8 worlds and saw many things." The little one ran up the wall of the cave. "On the place called Earth, it was the best. The creatures there wear garments over their skins, and they walk on 2 legs. "But isn't it dangerous?" asked the she-creature. "No," her mate answered. "There are bars to protect us from them. We remain right in the ship. Next time you must come with us. It is well worth the 19 comics it costs." And the little one nodded. "It was the best, very best zoo ever."